Всех приветствую, друзья, с вами Александра Игрофф. Мы продолжаем проходить игру «Затерянный горизонт». Мы находимся в Берлине. В Берлине проходят 11-е Олимпийские игры. Вы когда-нибудь бывали в Берлине, особенно на Олимпийских играх? Наш главный герой, Фентон Пэддок, находится именно в Берлине. Как говорится, в преддверии Олимпийских игр. Так, давайте будем смотреть, что здесь у нас. Канализация.
The grate won't budge, and I can't fit my hand through.
Так, в прошлой серии был похищен артефакт. Какие-то нехорошие дядьки украли у профессора. Профессора порешили, и мы отправились по их следам. Следы нас привели сюда, в Берлин. Кто не смотрел данное видео, можете заходить на игровой канал Александры Игрофф, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, советуйте друзьям, знакомым. Так, рекламный столб имеется. Давайте ознакомимся с прессой, с объявлениями. Фентон, ты куда? Я ж тебя отправил почитать. Ты куда-то дернулся, мотанулся, я не знаю. Побежал достопримечательности осматривать. Ну куда же?
Posters and flyers plastered on several layers deep. This camera ad's coming loose.
Так, одно объявление
I've
отклеилось.
pulled it down.
Хорошо, давайте его изучим повнимательнее, что
A
такое.
camera ad.
И что, просто постер? Так, ладно, ладно. Так, это у нас музей.
The Nazis disappeared into this museum.
Нацисты находятся в этом музее. Хорошо.
Red ropes over the entrance. Not a good start.
Can I help you?
Yes, if you could just tell me how to get into the museum.
Sorry, the exhibit's closed earlier than usual today.
Так. Почему музей сегодня так рано закрылся?
Why is the museum closed today? I've traveled a long way just to see the exhibits.
Well, during the Olympic Games, sometimes the regular schedule gets a little out of whack, you know? There's a reception for today's gold medalists in the upper exhibition halls later tonight, which is going to mean unpaid overtime for me, of course. Anyway, that's why we closed early.
How very frustrating.
Not much of a sports fan?
I'm mainly here for the museum, but the games have certainly proved a happy coincidence.
I'm hoping I'll get to see some of my idols in the flesh tonight, depending on who takes the gold medals.
Так, интересно, да? Фентон Пэддок приехал из такой дали, как говорит, а музей закрыт, и мы не можем попасть. Так, работает ли выставка артефактов из Тибета? Интересно, какие соревнования проводятся сегодня вечером? Так, как мне можно сегодня вечером попасть на званый ужин? Так, давайте узнаем, какие соревнования будут
Which
проходить
events are
вечером.
happening tonight?
For my money, the decathlon has got to be the highlight, but there's also rowing and horseback riding. Hold on, I have an event schedule in my newspaper. I don't need it anymore, you can have it.
Так, мы получили газетку с программкой.
Thanks very much.
Так, как мне можно сегодня вечером попасть на званый ужин?
You know that reception tonight? How exactly do I get into it?
Oh, just go out and get yourself a gold medal. No problem. No, seriously, aside from the medal winners and their trainers, you basically need to be a German politician. People like us are out in the cold, I'm afraid.
We'll see about that.
Not much I can do then, I suppose.
Так, работает ли выставка артефактов из Тибета?
What do they actually exhibit here?
The main exhibit is on Tibet. You see that animal by the door? It's some sort of enormous mountain sheep that lives in the Himalayas, but I've forgotten the name. Begins with a P or an M.
It's an argali.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
In any case, there are all kinds of rare Tibetan artifacts on display in the upper halls. Do you think you could give me a hand and set this carton down for me?
Так, он нам дает какую-то коробку.
Thanks.
You keep talking about the upper halls. Are there others?
Well, yes, the lower halls. But they've been closed to visitors for over a year.
Why's that?
I couldn't tell you.
And is there a reason you couldn't tell me?
Easy. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to either.
Well, now you've gone and got my attention.
Curiosity can be very bad for your health, you know. All I know is that for some time no one has been allowed into the basement of the museum, and the lower exhibition halls were closed to prevent any visitors from accidentally wandering down there. Can we leave it now?
Sure.
Так, доступ, как вы поняли, в музей закрыт, мы туда не можем пройти. Я точно не могу попасть сегодня вечером на званый ужин.
I wonder if I can find another way to get into tonight's reception.
As I said, only gold medal winners, their trainers, and a handful of special guests are permitted in the museum tonight. Believe me.
All right then.
Всего
Do you mind if
доброго.
I took a look around your very exciting foyer for a while?
No problem, as long as you don't get in the way.
Promise.
Так, хорошо. Давайте посмотрим, что в коробочке, покопаемся.
I'll ask first. Please don't ask me why, but can I have some of the stuff in this box?
You're asking me if you can just take my stuff for no reason whatsoever? I thought the British were supposed to be polite. Well, as it happens, that box is full of crap, so go right ahead.
Странный парнишка говорит, вы можете покопаться в моей коробке просто так? Ну там, говорит, один мусор, бери все равно. И мы что-то оттуда достаем полезное. Так, мы взяли график соревнований, вернее, он вначале дал. Давайте
Let's see
посмотрим.
which contests are scheduled for today. The final event in the decathlon is happening shortly. In the run-up to the long jump, the man in the lead is... No, this can't be right. Glenn Parker of the United Kingdom? There's even a photo. No doubt about it. That's the same Glenn Parker who went to Sandhurst with Richard and me. Even back then, he was a top-class athlete. Fantastic! This is my chance to get into the museum reception. I'll just ask Glenn to smuggle me in. Maybe he can pass me off as his trainer. I should head straight to the stadium. He must be getting warmed up.
Так, отлично, мы узнаем, что в участии соревнований в прыжках в длину участвует одноклассник Фентона. Вот такое совпадение отличное у нас. Интересно. Так, старая резиновая
An
перчатка.
old marigold.
Так, здесь у нас наждачная бумага.
Sandpaper.
Так, интересно, интересно. Урна для мусора.
Let's see if I can find anything useful. Oh, the lid came off. I'll just pocket that, I think. Jackpot. There's all
Так,
sorts of valuable rubbish in here.
Фентон, смотрю, любитель покопаться в мусорной корзине. Так, что у нас есть? У нас какая-то
A
крышка.
rusty rubbish bin lid.
Мгм. Так, сухой
A
букет,
dried bouquet of flowers wrapped with florist wire.
который обмотан проволокой.
I'll unwrap the
Мы
wire.
вытаскиваем проволоку.
A piece of florist wire.
Кусок проволоки
Strong,
сильный и гибкий.
flexible,
Как и я,
just like
говорит
me.
Фентон. Будем надеяться на
Dried
это.
flowers.
Так, засохшие цветы. Музейная касса. Она
The box
закрыта?
office is closed.
Так, так, так. Что у нас еще есть? Что есть? Чертов баран.
So, we meet again, Argali. Are you taunting me? Is that it? Following me around and popping up at my lowest moments? Bad, Argali. Bad. I don't remember the last one having such a luxurious beard.
Так, что у нас есть? Так, есть у нас наждачная бумага.
Rust free.
Крышка. Используем на крышке наждачку. Так, что мы получили? Отполированная крышка.
The surface may be a bit scratched, but on the whole, it looks sparkling clean again.
Так. Борода.
The whiskers are stuck on
Борода
tight.
приклеена намертво.
I
Я
could
могу
take
ее
them with
забрать.
me, but it'll most likely mean lugging around a whole stuffed argali for the rest of the day.
Так, и что? Зачем нам борода? Козлиная бородка. Так, кстати, вариант. У нас есть горлышко бутылки, розочка. Давайте отрежем ее, что ли?
This guy owes me a favor. The least he can do is spare me some whiskers.
Интересная тема.
Argali whiskers.
Фэнтом, надеюсь, ты не будешь эту бородку на себе применять, а? Примерять. Так, сюда мы не пройдем однозначно.
The only interesting things about this door are its large, round handles. And even they're struggling to get my heart racing.
Так. Все, что ли, да? Ну, походу, все. Так. И куда мы идем? Так, у нас карта, да? Олимпийский стадион, музей. Так, вариант только у нас идти на Олимпийский стадион.
Okay, let's find Glenn.
Давайте поищем
He's
Глена.
probably in the locker
Скорее
room.
всего, он в своей раздевалке находится, и с ним поговорим. Через час.
I'm afraid this is the locker room, friend. You probably shouldn't be in here.
Glenn, it's me, Fenton. Fenton Paddock.
Fenton? Nice beard. What are you doing here?
I'm here saving the world. It's not a real beard. But look, I heard you were top billing for the decathlon. I need to talk to you.
How did you even get in here?
That's a rather adventurous story.
Около часа назад.
And I figured I'd find you here. Not that it was easy getting in.
Так, мы пробрались на стадион. Смотрите, все
Hello.
флаги, вернее, не
Is
все
this the press
флаги
entrance?
стран
Yes, it is.
присутствуют,
May
да,
I see your
мировые.
credentials, please?
Credentials?
The only people permitted access are the athletes, their trainers, official IOC employees, and press photographers. Do any of those apply to you?
Sure, why not? I'm actually with the press.
Then show me your press pass.
Would you believe I've temporarily misplaced it?
Not really. If you've really lost your pass, go to the IOC accreditation office and claim a new one.
But the events are about to start. I can't miss them.
Then you'd better hurry. The IOC office is located at Pariser Platz.
Okay. I'll be back.
And don't forget your camera. Only photographers are allowed to enter the contest area. Journalists should go to the main gate.
Got it. Thanks.
Well, I guess I'm heading to the IOC office at Pariser Platz to get myself a press pass.
Так, и нас не пускают. То есть нам необходимо быть журналистом, спортсменом, либо, я не знаю, участником соревнований. Фентон хотел сплутовать, сказать, что я свое удостоверение потерял. Полицейский сказал, охранник вернее, идите получите новое. Хм. Так.
The most important thing is not to win, but to take part. Apart from today, of course, where the fate of the entire world rests on Glenn getting the gold.
Так. Шарманщик. Здорово.
Excuse me, may I interrupt for a moment?
Oh, hello. Do I really look all that busy?
Well, now that you mention it, no.
Is your whatever that thing is broken?
No, I just don't feel like playing.
Why not?
An artist needs an audience, attention, applause, and of course, earning a few pennies doesn't hurt either.
Well, I can listen, but I'm afraid I'm completely broke.
That's all right.
Так, Шарманчик хочет играть, он хочет привлечь аудиторию. Ну
The
давайте.
potential audience in this
Я
part of the
смотрю.
stadium is pretty limited. Why exactly did you pick this location?
Unfortunately, it was assigned to me. We have the odd athlete and journalist pass by, but it's been a slow pitch. I wanted to set up over at the main entrance, but I wasn't allowed.
Oh, I see.
Так, до встречи.
Well, I'm going to go have a look around the city.
Have fun.
Так, ты что, не поиграешь для меня? Странно. Смотрите, массовочка, да, такая идет. Большая из людей. Все, видимо, торопятся на Олимпийские игры.
I definitely think these contain helium, you know.
Чего?
I definitely think these contain
Такой
helium, you know.
голосок, да? Да, так.
According to the label, these bottles
В
contain
баллонах есть
helium.
гелий, да? Так, что мы делаем? У нас есть старая резиновая перчатка.
Let's inflate the little bugger.
Давайте попробуем ее
Great.
надуть.
That is the ugliest thing I have ever clapped eyes on. And Sandhurst had communal showers.
Так, хорошо, у нас есть перчатка, есть проволока. Давайте проволокой это дело
Yes,
закрепим.
well, that makes for the ugliest looking balloon animal I've ever set my eyes on.
Так, так, все у нас, да, походу здесь, нет? Шарманка, шляпа. Ага, может у тебя шляпку стащить?
Even if I had any money, it's not as if he's actually done much to earn it.
Так, не получается, да? Так, ну и что с твоей шарманкой?
A barrel organ.
Ничего, да? Так, ладно, походу здесь все. Давайте отсюда выходить.
Only photographers, athletes, and trainers are allowed to use this entrance. The guard won't let me in without a press pass and a camera.
Так, нам надо раздобыть пропуск и камеру, да? Смотрим, куда нам еще можно податься. У нас Паризер Пляц. Блин, а? Странное название довольно-таки.
Ah,
Так.
Pariserplatz. And that seems to be the IOC office. Oh, good. It's closed. Hello? Anyone home? Damn it. Now what am I supposed to do?
Так, закрыто, да?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Well, I'm sorry, but it was hard to miss hearing you vent your frustration at the accreditation office. Could you be both a fellow journalist and a fellow countryman?
What gave you that idea?
Only a true Brit would curse like that. I'm from the island too. And who else but a journalist would need to get into the IOC office? It's been closed since 4 p.m., by the way.
Ah,
My name is Edison, Baltus Edison. I work for the Tribune in London.
Edison. Like the famous inventor.
Yes, quite. You're the first person ever to notice that, in fact.
Really? Because I would have thought quite a lot of people would have... Oh, you're joking. My name's Paddock. I'm a foreign affairs correspondent in Hong Kong.
Ah, how lovely. My work has never taken me to our crown colonies, but I'm sure things are much more interesting there than here at the Olympic Games, eh?
How do you mean?
Well, to be honest, I hate sports. I write for the arts and entertainment section, actually. But our editor-in-chief sent all available reporters here to cover the games, so we'd have an exclusive report on every event, including the dull ones. And what are you writing about?
I'm a freelancer. I'm looking for stories off the beaten track, away from the big events.
Lucky you. I'd love to trade places. You know, I'm working on a big story back home. I'm nearly ready to expose the romantic escapades of a certain member of the royal family. My research is nearly complete. If I could get back and finish, I'd have enough material to drop this bombshell on the public. But instead, I'm here, squandering my precious time on stories about Olympic handball.
Yeah, excuse me, gentlemen. Mr. Edison, there's a call for you from London.
Probably my department head, wanting to know what's holding up my article on yesterday's events. Best not to tell him it was a bottle of scotch, eh? Please relay the following message, word for word. Mr. Edison is currently indisposed and will personally report to the editor-in-chief. He would appreciate it if everyone else would leave him in peace.
I will pass your message along, sir.
Thank you. I won't last much longer in this job, I tell you, but I've bored you quite enough.
Not at all. Actually, I have one more question about the IOC.
Yes?
Any chance of it opening again today?
What do you think?
Not a chance in hell. Well, look, I've got to get going. I'm sure you'd like to read your paper in peace.
Not really. Our valued colleagues rarely have anything amusing to print. In any event, I enjoyed chatting with you.
Likewise. Perhaps I'll see you later.
Так, хорошо, давайте будем здесь осматриваться. Офис Международного Олимпийского комитета. Я как понял, мы сюда не можем попасть. Он закрыт.
Ridiculous. I know.
Угу. Так, салфеточка. И зачем нам
This
салфеточка?
napkin is mine. All mine.
О, майн. Кетчуп.
My mother taught me not to eat with my fingers.
Ага. Руками есть неприлично, конечно.
Who spilled the ketchup? Come on.
Кто разлил кетчуп? Признавайтесь, а, мерзавцы?
A
Подотрем
bit
за
of
вами, это будет
tidiness never
смешно.
hurt anyone. Apart from that one time I tried to clean the office and broke my collarbone. Long story.
Так, и мы подтираем кетчуп. Ха! Мы что, уборщиками заделались? Странно. Салфетка, намазанная кетчупом, да. Интересно. Женщина, женщина.
I could teach her a thing or two about proper nutrition, but I doubt she'd be interested.
Да, видимо, женщина питается неправильно. Фентон мог ей рассказать, как надо это делать, но
Hey, it's a life choice.
она, боюсь, к
She just
этому не
likes food.
прислушается. Так, ребенок в коляске.
What do we have here?
Ага, малыш плачет, да?
What's the matter, sweetheart? Don't cry.
Мамочка
You know how it
набивает
troubles
себе
Mommy's
пушку, а
nerves.
ребенок
Mommy just
плачет,
wants to
а?
enjoy a bite to eat in peace. She gets very cross when she's hungry.
Either I look a fright today.
Интересно. Мамочка,
that
говорит,
kid is just
проголодалась,
jumpy.
может похудеть.
The poor thing nearly spat out his lolly. Good thing he didn't. I'd rather not get into trouble with a mother of that stature.
Да, не стоит связываться с нашей мамашей, с упитанной мамашей. Так, воздушный шарик, может, дадим ребенку поиграть? Держи, малыш.
If I'd been given a terrifying balloon animal made from an old rubber glove when I was a kid, I would have considered myself lucky. Yes, I'm going to run away now.
Что такое? Чупа-чупс улетел?
What is this? Where did this foul-looking thing come from? Here, my little honey bun. Here's a nice new lolly for you.
Another of my attempts to educate the public bites the dust.
Так, ну берем чупик. Так, леденец на
A
палочке.
Sweet,
Сладкий,
sticky,
липкий, портит
for
ваши
your teeth.
зубы.
I should
Лично
stick to
я
booze.
предпочитаю алкоголь.
The napkin is printed
На
with the name
салфетке
of the
написано
cafe,
Эрика.
Erica. It's smeared with ketchup.
Так, какие у нас еще варианты?
The Brandenburg Gate.
Бранденбургские ворота,
It's
берлинский
Berlin's
Биг
Big
Бен.
Ben.
Турист, так, турист.
Careful! Do not touch my camera!
Don't worry. I had no intention of touching anything.
I spent a great many hours painstakingly setting up that camera, and it would be a catastrophe if you were to move it by so much as a hair.
Please forgive my curiosity. Allow me to introduce myself. Fenton Paddock.
A pleasure. Count Otto von Droste-Schattenburg.
A count with a camera, eh? Wouldn't, say, an adding machine be a more appropriate device?
Please. I would be much obliged if you would not trivialize our conversation with such banal wordplay. I am a renowned photographer from Vienna. Have you never heard of me?
To be honest, no, I haven't. But maybe that's because I live in Hong Kong.
My work has also been exhibited in Hong Kong, sir.
Oh. Oh! That Count Otto van Dross Schattenberger.
Так, что вы
What are you
фотографируете?
taking pictures of?
I'm shooting images for my latest photographic series, Berlin and the Olympic Games. This work will be subtitled The Forgotten Landmarks. I intend to capture locations that are not currently the main focus of public interest.
I see.
Unfortunately, artistic freedom is becoming a thing of the past in Berlin. Photography is often banned in public squares or even in entire districts. This does not make my work any easier.
Так, почему здесь нельзя фотографировать?
What's the deal with these photography bans?
Oh, political reasons. The government officials here believe there are certain parts of the city that may be unrepresentative of the capital's overall charm.
But the Brandenburg Gate's okay, right?
That's correct. The gate is to be the central focus of my latest project. A photography ban here would mean all my months of preparation were for naught. Several galleries have already booked the exhibit in advance. No, a ban here would be absolutely outrageous. But then, the Count von Droste Schattenburg isn't just anybody. Even here I have friends in high places. Why, I would go straight to the magistrate and make my mind known.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
Так, ваш фотоаппарат выглядит очень
Your
профессионально.
camera looks very professional.
Of course it does. It is the most advanced model available on the market today. It has a new setting that I use for experimental photography. I take multiple exposures of the same image at regular intervals. This allows me to capture different phases of my subject and depict them in a single photograph.
Ah, I see. So the position of the camera mustn't change at all while you're taking a picture, right?
I see that you know something about the fine art of photography.
Just an interested layman.
Так, я еще раз хотел спросить о запрете на фотографирование.
I have to ask about the photography ban again.
Yes.
You said that if photography were banned here at Pariserplatz, you could have the city magistrate change that.
Well, I would certainly go directly to his office and bring the full weight of my influence to bear.
But what would happen to your camera and the photos you're taking? Perhaps a concerned passerby would offer to keep an eye on them until you got back.
But where would I find someone like that? I don't suppose...
Count, I would be more than happy to lend you a hand, should the unlikely circumstance arise, of course.
Так, я вас пока оставлю.
Well, I don't want to keep you from your work any longer.
Thank you.
Так, я как понимаю, Фентон должен прикинуться журналистом. Опа, пиджак.
I could really use that press pass in his jacket.
Ого.
It'd get me into the stadium to see Glenn. I guess I should ask him first.
Ну давайте попросим. Пропуск есть, фотоаппарат есть. Как же нам ими завладеть?
Excuse me, Mr. Edison. May I bother you for a moment?
You would only be bothering me if I were actually enjoying this newspaper, which, to be perfectly frank, I am not. How can I help you?
I noticed the press pass in your jacket, and I was wondering if you might be willing to lend it to me. Just for tonight, so I can get into the stadium to watch the events.
Well, I'm afraid I can't. I have to go and watch an event myself. And besides, my press pass lets me use the public transport for free.
But you see, it's very important that I get into the stadium tonight.
Look, my friend, we're just talking about sports here. You shouldn't take it so seriously. Tomorrow is another day, after all. You can get a press pass in the morning and start reporting right away.
Okay, I understand. My apologies.
No harm done.
Да, пропуск он нам не дает, жмот. Так, телефонная будка. У нас нет немецких монет. У нас вообще нет денег, возмущается Фентон. Так, что нам делать? Так, ну возвращаемся. Куда мы возвращаемся? Мы возвращаемся Давайте к музею пойдем.
The
Я
grate
здесь
won't
что-то
budge,
видел.
and I can't fit my hand through.
Так.
What's that? There's something shiny under that grate. I love shiny things. It's only about 8 inches down, but I can't fit my hand through.
Так, хорошо. Что мы будем делать? У нас есть конфетка. Может, как-то
Might
конфеткой?
just be long enough. Hopefully it'll stick. Ah, a Reichsmark coin. Can't help but think I could have spent all this time busking and made more money. But hey, it's something for nothing. Sort of.
Так, хорошо. Мы достали монетку. Немецкую фашистскую
A
монетку.
Reichsmark coin.
Одна рейхсмарка. И пришли в музей. И я понимаю, нам нужно прикинуться журналистом. Достать камеру. Достать пропуск. И давайте уже будем в следующий раз думать, как нам это сделать. На этом закончим. С вами был Александр Игрофф. Игра «Затерянный горизонт». Заходите, дорогие друзья, на канал Александр Игрофф. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайчики, смотрите видео. Всем спасибо и пока. До скорых встреч!